In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 6, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Houston Rockets versus Indiana Pacers. The impending matchup between the Houston Rockets and the Indiana Pacers is set to take place at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Rockets, currently holding a 23-26 record for the season, find themselves positioned at the 11th spot in the Western Conference. On the other side, the Pacers boast a 6th place standing in the Eastern Conference with a record of 28-23. Notably, the Pacers emerged victorious in their previous encounter with the Rockets this season, securing a 123-117 win. The Houston Rockets have encountered a recent dip in form, suffering defeats in 8 of their last 12 games. Their most recent setback came in a 111-90 loss to the Timberwolves on the road. Despite defensive efforts that limited the Timberwolves to just 17 points in the second quarter, the Rockets struggled to maintain momentum, eventually succumbing to a 63-46 second-half onslaught. Jalen Green had a challenging night, contributing only 8 points on 3 of 15 shooting from the field and 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. The team, as a whole, managed a meager 35% field goal accuracy. Conversely, the Indiana Pacers faced their own struggles, and during a 3-game losing streak before rebounding with a 115-99 road victory against the Hornets. Pascal Siakam led the charge with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. Despite the loss of Tyrese Halliburton to a hamstring strain, the Pacers showcased a strong defensive performance, limiting the Hornets to just 13 points in the first quarter. Looking ahead, the Pacers have upcoming matchups against the Warriors and Knicks. In terms of player availability, the Rockets continue to miss Tari Eason, while the Pacers monitor the questionable status of Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Smith. Notably, the Rockets struggle on the road, having won only 5 away games all season and losing 4 of their last 5 road contests. In contrast, the Pacers have displayed strength at home, securing victories in 3 of their last 4 home games. Analyzing offensive metrics, the Rockets average 113 points per 100 possessions, while the Pacers lead the NBA with 121 points per 100 possessions. Despite a stronger defensive showing by the Rockets, their scoring deficiencies on the road pose a challenge. Additionally, Indiana's 52% field goal accuracy in their previous matchup against the Rockets in December showcases their offensive prowess. Highlighting the head-to-head history, the Indiana Pacers have emerged victorious in the last 8 meetings between these two teams. With key players returning to their roster, the Pacers aim to capitalize on their improved lineup and dictate the pace of the game against the struggling Rockets. As the Rockets grapple with scoring issues and the absence of Fred VanVleet due to an ankle issue, the Pacers enter the game with a healthier lineup. Despite uncertainties surrounding injuries, the Pacers' consistency positions them as favorites to secure a win and cover the spread, especially considering their previous 6-point victory over the Rockets on the road. While acknowledging the injury concerns surrounding key Pacers players, the team's overall consistency and performance make them the preferred choice to emerge victorious, even with potential roster limitations. Opting to lay the chalk, the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. On the offensive front, the Rockets are grappling with a scoring crisis, having been held to 99 or fewer points in 2 of their last 3 games, including a mere 90 points in their recent defeat. Their struggles were evident in the initial meeting with the Pacers, where they managed only 103 points. In contrast, the Pacers' defense has been resilient, limiting opponents to 109 points against the Knicks and 99 points against the Hornets in recent games. Despite a slight dip in offensive production for the Pacers, averaging 116 points in their last 5 games, which is below their season average of 124 points, their solid defensive performance remains a key factor. Anticipating a closely contested game with limited scoring, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Mavericks versus Brooklyn Nets. In a riveting interconference showdown on the basketball court, two ambitious teams are set to clash in the bustling metropolis of New York. The Dallas Mavericks, currently on the road, are gearing up to face the Brooklyn Nets in a highly anticipated Tuesday night matchup. Just the day before, the Mavericks were engaged in a challenging contest in the city of brotherly love, where they suffered a 129-117 defeat against the Milwaukee Bucks, failing to cover the line as a 4-point underdog. Meanwhile, the Nets were in action on Monday night against the Warriors in a back-to-back set, triumphing over the Philadelphia 76ers 136-121 as 1.5-point underdogs in their previous encounter. The historical regular season series favors the Mavericks, holding a 51-33 lead, and they have secured victories in the last 4 meetings, including a 125-120 win at home on October 27, 2023. Currently, the Dallas Mavericks find themselves in a challenging situation, having endured a slump with losses in 6 of their last 8 games. Eager to break free from a 2-game skid, the Mavericks suffered a decisive 129-117 loss to the Bucks on Saturday. Luka Doncic showcased his prowess, leading the team with an impressive 40 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists. Despite a strong start with 44 points in the first quarter, the Mavericks couldn't maintain their momentum, succumbing to the Bucks' dominance, particularly from Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, who combined for 78 points. Looking ahead, the Mavericks are set to face the Knicks after the Brooklyn matchup. On the other hand, the Brooklyn Nets have experienced a relatively stable period, winning 3 of their last 5 games. However, they aim to rebound from a recent setback, a 109-98 loss to the Warriors. In this defeat, Cam Thomas led the Nets with 18 points, but a collective shooting percentage of 38% and a 1-3-of-4-2 performance from beyond the arc hindered their efforts. Despite holding a 9-point lead at halftime, the Nets were outscored 66-49 in the second half, unable to contain the dynamic duo of Jonathan Kuminga and Stephen Curry from the Warriors. Adding to the challenges, the Mavericks continue to face roster limitations, with Derek Lively and Dante Exum ruled out. Similarly, the Nets are missing key players in Ben Simmons, Cameron Johnson, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Both teams find themselves in the midst of a demanding schedule, playing the second game of a back-to-back and their third game in 4 nights. Fatigue and potential player absences due to injuries or load management could impact the outcome. While Simmons was rested on Monday, Irving and Doncic were expected to play despite their ongoing injuries. The Mavericks' demanding schedule involves traveling from Dallas to Philadelphia and finally to Brooklyn, while the Nets had the advantage of being at home on Monday night. As both teams seek crucial victories to enhance their playoff positioning, the upcoming matchup promises intensity. While Dallas claimed a 125-120 victory as -6 favorites in their initial meeting this season, recent performances suggest a more unpredictable outcome. Dallas has struggled with a 4-8 straight-up record in their last 12 games, while the Nets have maintained a solid 4-4 straight-up record in their last 8, indicating a commendable run. The Nets, with their explosive offense and recent high-scoring performances, present a formidable challenge for the Mavericks' shaky defense. In the last 5 games, the Mavericks are 1-4 against the spread, while the Nets boast a 3-2 against the spread record in the same stretch. Moreover, Brooklyn holds a favorable 4-1 against the spread record in their last 4 encounters with the Mavericks. Considering the potential limitations or absences of key players like Doncic and Irving, the balance tips slightly in favor of the host, making the Brooklyn Nets to cover the spread as underdogs our full-game side pick. In their initial clash, these teams combined for a total of 245 points, showcasing their offensive prowess. Throughout this season, a combined total of 49 games involving both teams have surpassed the over. DunksandThrees.com ranks Dallas 9th in pace and Brooklyn 21st. The Mavericks have consistently scored 115 points or more in 4 of their last 5 games, achieving 131 or more points in 2 of those instances. The Nets, with their explosive offense, have surpassed the 120-point mark in their last 3 games, with 2 instances of scoring 136 or more points. The over has been successful in 14 of Brooklyn's home games and in 12 of their road games this season. Additionally, the over has prevailed in 3 out of the last 4 meetings between these 2 teams. Hence, opting for the over the projected total forms our full game total pick. Orlando Magic versus Miami Heat. The upcoming matchup between the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat holds significant importance as both teams strive to level the season series. While the Heat emerged victorious in the initial 2 encounters, the Magic turned the tide in their favor during their latest clash on January 21st. Currently riding a 3-game winning streak, the Magic showcased their dominance by convincingly defeating the Detroit Pistons on the road. Positioned at 7th place in the Eastern Conference, Orlando trails the Pacers by a mere half game. On the other side, the Heat's recent loss to the Los Angeles Clippers halted their 2-game winning streak, leaving them in 8th place, just 1 game behind the Magic. The Orlando Magic are regaining momentum with an impressive 4 wins in their last 5 games. Eager to extend their winning streak to 4, they showcased their prowess by dismantling the Pistons with a 111-99 road victory. In this commanding performance, Franz Wagner spearheaded the team with an outstanding 38-point contribution on 1-7 of 2-5 shooting. Paolo Banchero added 20 points and 7 assists, complemented by Moritz Wagner's 10 points off the bench. As a collective effort, the Magic demonstrated sharpshooting with a 53% field goal success rate, including 1-0 of 2-4 from beyond the arc. Their defensive prowess was evident as they limited the Pistons to a mere 18 points in the second quarter, ultimately securing a narrow lead at halftime. The Magic's upcoming schedule includes matchups against the Spurs and Bulls following the game against the Heat. Contrastingly, the Miami Heat find themselves in a challenging phase, having lost 8 of their last 10 games. Eager to reverse this trend, they aim to bounce back after succumbing to the Clippers in a 103-95 defeat. Jimmy Butler led the team with 21 points, supported by Terry Rozier's 17 points and 7 rebounds, along with Bam Adebayo's double-double performance of 14 points and 13 rebounds. Despite maintaining competitiveness throughout the game, the Heat faced a setback in the fourth quarter when the Clippers orchestrated a 16-6 run to secure the victory. The Heat's upcoming schedule includes matchups against the Spurs, Celtics, and Bucks. In terms of betting trends, the Orlando Magic have excelled as underdogs, boasting a 21-13 against the spread record. In contrast, the Miami Heat, often favored, hold a 13-15-1 against the spread record. Orlando stands out with the best overall against the spread record in the NBA at 33-17, showcasing dominance on the road with equal rest and against conference opponents. On the flip side, Miami struggles with an 8-15 against the spread record following a loss and a 10-17 against the spread record with equal rest. The Heat's recent home performance, shooting 41.8% overall and 8 for 3-0 from beyond the arc, poses a challenge. Facing a Magic team ranking 10th in opponent three-point percentage and 2nd in steals per game, Miami's reliance on three-pointers may be hindered. While Tyler Herro is expected to play, the absence of Duncan Robinson for the 4th consecutive game adds to Miami's concerns, especially considering their 28th ranking in two-point field goal percentage. Entering Tuesday's game on a 3-game win streak, the Magic's offensive prowess, highlighted by Franz Wagner's 38-point performance, is expected to continue. Anticipating dominance in the paint, as evidenced by their 54-36 advantage in the last meeting, the Magic could exploit Miami's 28th ranking in opponent rim field goal percentage. So the Orlando Magic to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In evaluating the total points for the game, there is a belief that the current projection is conservative. With Tyler Herro's offensive impact, Miami is expected to perform better. While Orlando excels defensively on the perimeter, their vulnerability in the paint suggests Miami should exploit this and drive to the basket. Terry Rozier's presence as a floor general may lead the Heat to a more balanced offensive strategy. Despite Orlando's strong defense and opponent three-point percentage, their mid-range and rim defense rankings indicate potential vulnerabilities. With the Magic consistently scoring in the paint in previous meetings, an aggressive approach early and often is anticipated. Combining these factors, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.